And we are underway from Houston. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. No gain on the play there. Second down. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff.
Great balance so far, running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Back to throw. Start. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles, and creating his...
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted. Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and it's now 3-0 Texans. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Operating from the gun, Stark. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, eluding the tackle. So on now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They give to Bush going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
To throw on 3rd down. Stark. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to... Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a give right side. Easily, he is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he fires one, but incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So is the medical... Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Stark. And the coverage terrific there is knocked out and incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory, so they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. To throw on 2nd down. Stark firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. They run up the middle with Bush. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The Texans on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of... on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far, averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the 1st half as they'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the 1st half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
first down. Easily. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's...
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles... They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
He's going to loft one deep left side here, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He could only get a yard after all that. It's second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Check safety, check safety. Nike 18. Mike 37. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Up the middle they go. Easily. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stark. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll look to throw again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Texans will take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stark. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Stark. And he fires one incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 66 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return. .50 on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They'll run on 1st down. Easily. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On 3rd down, Stark. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now a handoff up the middle. Easily. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. Undercrush.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out. And the Texans have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. And a failure to convert. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he elects not to bring this one out as his guys will take over at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 75 yards. And the Texans use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a few. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, easily. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 7 catches. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Houston, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Texans at 7-5 now of the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, easily, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. To throw on 2nd down. Start. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg. Stark. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up. Losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stark. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So match. So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
They run the counter easily, and a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Up the middle they go. Garland. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Off play action. Stark. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Off the play fake. Stark. Flush to his right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And out of bounds all the way down. The 3. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now a handoff up the middle. Easily. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And once again, this defense very stout. They stop him for no gain for the 2nd straight play. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Stark. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to... Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal, a loss of 6, and now it's 3rd down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Throwing to start the drive. Stark, he finds his man, complete. That's Lucas. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On 1st down, Stark. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Stark. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half,
it's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stark. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this effort will not get it done. Stopped well short of the first down at the 20. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Up the middle they go. Easily, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll run on first down easily, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground easily, and he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 39. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Rose. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Still 3rd down. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Back to throw. Stark. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Texans send the punter out. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's...
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throwing on first down. Stark. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's on the tackle, Panay Sewell. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Stark. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stark. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stark. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rose. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Through the middle of the field. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. Just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.